another adventure begins. You see when we're turning around.
So yeah, we're off on another adventure. We weren't quite sure what adventure we were going to have, but oh look, you wait till then, there's two at once. But what we're going to do is we're going to head to the seaside, but we set off from Tony's house, and his house is a mile in the wrong, well, it's a long way in the wrong direction, so by the time we've gone out a different way to get to our usual route, through Chapeltown and then through Wentworth, it took us about an hour to just get back on track as if we'd set off from my house. I enjoy this bit here, but this guy almost knocks me off, and the guy behind me has a surprise because he didn't know I was there. So if you're out this way, I would recommend stopping at Wentworth because that's just on the outskirts of Sheffield. There's a castle there, I believe. There's some farm shops. There's some nice grocers. There's an old ironmongers and a church if you're particularly religious. You might even hear the bells as we go through the town. If you could pass Tony's ridiculously loud exhaust, that is. But yeah, so we kind of decided we were going to go to the seaside, so we set off and went out this way, but it took us a while. We were just going sort of in the wrong direction for about an hour, so it didn't work out too well. But you know, that's the thing, we go out for a spin and we see where we end up. So here was almost back on track now. This is Tony's last second overtake. You'll notice this is just before the lines turn to double whites. And then I'm stuck behind this Mini for quite a long time as we go towards Tickle. And heading towards Tickle is interesting because they closed the road between Tickle and Bawtry, and that meant the following kind of happened, and you'll understand why in a second.
Well, we've ended up taking a bit of a unexpected detour, I'll be honest with you. This is the wrong bike for this job. If I'd have been on the Himalayan, this would have been a piece of piss. Absolutely fucking zero grip. So I'm cruising with road tyres. I can hear Tony laughing. Oh, don't hear that about it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm not sure this has got off-road credentials. Oh, that was fun. Oh dear me. I'll be happy to see tarmac again. I'll tell you what, it's going to need a wash after this. We'll take it out and get it dirty, he says. And he drives it down, obviously. Well, I've a feeling I might have to wash my bike when I get back. It was new to that.
You did very well here, mate.
It was, I had no grip at all. Did you see back end flipping about? Oh man.
I think he's back here. Didn't it's back there, I sat down, I'm like, fucking hell, what?
Never been so keen to see some tarmac in my life. Now I reckon we want to go that way.
It's really, really well to be fair.
Oh, never again, dude. I'm going to have to go and find somewhere to get it washed now.
So I think we can categorically state that the Himalayan is a far better off-road bike than the Super Meteor. But to be fair, I don't think that was one of the design concerns when they made the bike. I think they were trying to make a cruiser, not an off-roader. So we headed on, obviously, once we got past that, 'cause we got back onto the road towards Bawtry, and then from there you head out towards Gainsborough. And it's quite a nice one, this nice sweeping roads down the A631. We're turning here towards Gainsborough, and because looked at the side of the bike, you know, we kind of decided that maybe actually stopping and washing the mud off before we got to Willingham Woods was a good idea. I mean, you don't want to turn up on a dirty bike unless it's an off-roader, do you? Not really. So yeah, I kind of pulled back in behind Tony here, then we go across the bridge and stop to the jet garage where thankfully there was a jet wash and a really rusty camper van. So from here, this is where the road kind of turns nice from this point out. But it's not that it's not nice until you get here. But this is a nice run, which we normally take towards Maple Thorpe. And we come this same way. We go, you know, kind of Sheffield, Tickle, Bawtry, Gainsborough. You go out from there, head towards Market Rasen, then you head towards Louth, go around the back way, and then there's Ferry Switch and get to Mablethorpe, which is a nice place to go and visit. But you can see there's nice open sections on this. It's a good road for kind of spotting off into the distance and overtaking, and the Meteor's doing a good job on that here. You know, Tony got ahead of me, but I equally caught him up. And there's this bit here which I kind of really like, which is just an example of like we kind of nice flowing bends. He's chugging away in front of me. I'm having no trouble keeping up with him. I can reel him in if I needed to, but you know, give him a bit of space. But look at it, it's just calm and collected, and just easy off to the left a little bit, and then we come down here, we just turn to the right a little bit. And it's wonderful because again, I'm still getting used to the bike, but it just kind of goes where I want it. You don't have to think about it too hard. And I think I didn't need much more out of a cruise. You know, if I want to go like mental, I could always ride the Beamer, which is like bigger, or I can ride the Himalayan, which is definitely that you have to think about overtakes and no mistake. But on this, it's just relaxing, and I think it just shows here that I'm just kind of plugging along behind him, not really thinking to run. You know, I'm looking forward to the ride. I'm enjoying the ride. I'm looking forward to the fact that we get to Willingham Woods and wondering how many bikes are going to be there, because it's probably a nice first sunny day after the second week of the Easter holiday, where, let's be honest, that weather's not been great, especially not in Sheffield. About a week I've looked out the window at the rain and gone like, well, I guess I'm not taking the bike out today. That was at work anyway. And even here we can hear Tony's exhaust rasping in the distance. I'm fairly certain he's going to get an ASBO for that at some point. I've no mistake. I should say we had a bit of drama on this road as well. We had a bunch of bikes behind us and a BMW was chasing the bikes. I saw the bikes, I let the bikes pass. I didn't see the BMW because I was looking at the bikes. I was about to pull back out when the BMW came past and inch off the bike's tail. I didn't care much about what me and Tony were doing. we had a few words about that when we stopped. And you know, I might casually mention it here as we pull from Market Rasen. Market Rasen is a nice place as well if you've never been. There's a good couple of selection of pubs in there. There's a lovely campsite just down the road at Walesby Woodland. Highly recommend that. They're nice people there, and they're very bike friendly and dog friendly if that's your thing too. But yeah, sometimes you get here in his pocket box, but I think we have a few words about that Beamer driver.
You need fucking tighter than that Beamer.
Quite. So just outside of Market Rasen we get to Willingham Woods. If you come on a nice day, then this is what you're going to see. There's lots and lots of people turn up on bikes, and it's a nice place to go and have a chat with fellow bikers, kind of see what they've got, what they've brung. Bit of window shopping maybe if you want to see what you fancy next. But it's a nice place, and it's, you know, you don't have to worry about locking your bike up necessarily. I think if you would try to steal a bike in this congregation, there's a good chance they'll find you buried in the field somewhere, not too far down. So I'll shut up for a bit and we'll just enjoy being at Willingham Woods. And you can take in some of the ambience.
Alright, come on, let's go and get a, well,
Yeah, okay,
should we get a cup of tea? I mean, how long's queue? Oh, Jazz may be jealous. Z750, yeah? 650 even. Top sun's come out first day after Easter holidays.
Oh,
yeah. Go on, get a queue, we'll get a cup of tea. Oh, Jasmine definitely be jealous. Somebody's got a Z1 there, look. Z foul.
Yeah, we have to trade off our life. It's that far into the land. Look at that.
Himalayan there, look.
Whoa.
I reckon this is end at Q here, Tom.
If you want that.
Ah, a cup of tea I fancy.
Yeah, I wonder about it. Two words.
Looks to here, look. Nice interceptor. I do like him. That monkey. On the monkey look like somebody's sign, doesn't it? He's been down that same road we've been down to. Silver. That's what the new shape was, it's new paint job at best.
Yeah.
New screen on it as well. Oh, screen on screen then. That way. Oh my god, it's like, that's how busy it is today, isn't it? There's like a ton of them all the other car park. God. Yeah, I've never seen it this busy. There's like extra parking near the other side. Lots of Guzzi. V7 Classic. I like that bike, but I'm a bit too big for it.
Yeah.
Nice exhaust on that. I do like the Interceptor, but you know, chrome tank, that I'm not so sure about. There you go, Tony. That'll be a nice comfy bike to ride home on it. Look at controls where handlebars go down side. Yeah, that's bigger than I expected. It'd be 85.
Yeah.
The thing always surprised me with that, it's like you never really see them. Yeah, NEC, Motor Guzzi don't seem to be there, do they? No. It's like going, you can't come down here and there's no way for you to go. Oh, this is going to go horribly wrong here, isn't it?
One wants to come up, one wants to come down. That's this, I've never seen it. No, in person, I've not seen one copy yet.
Yeah, I would expect to see speed van like, on fingers we come up. Bandit. These two are a good nick, aren't they? GT 650. Looking nice. Oh, just run me up, be right. Another Kawasaki for our Jasmine, look.
Oh, that's it. I thought you were Jasmine in here.
Noisy motorbikes, they should ban them, I'm telling you. That's what I think.
I don't feel bypass from Lincoln. I can suddenly bypass. I've been on it before.
You want to go and ride round the bypass?
Yeah, I don't know what.
Is that the one which goes around the top end of Lincoln?
No, it's bottom end.
Oh, I'll go and have a look if you want.
The problem is I don't know my way from there.
Oh, work your way there and we'll work it out. Once we get there, we'll be fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to go down here.
And then turn left.
Turn left at Crossroads. Alright, fine. Sounds like a plan. Right, ready when you are.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118
going left. That took me by surprise.
So yeah, so we've obviously spent some time looking at the bikes, having a cup of tea and an ice cream, which I did film, but you don't want to watch me eating ice cream. And then we basically come out here, and I had to encourage Tony to leave because he was watching the cars and the bikes go past, but he'd seen the bike on the opposite side. He was waiting for the friends and was just sitting there for no reason. So off we went. And it's weird here because normally you come out the other end and then everybody tends to come out and open it up as loud as they can get it so you can show off going past all the other bikes. And I'm not condoning it. It's obviously it's childish and immature, and I would never do such a thing. But it's weird to come out the other end and we kind of don't do that. Anyway, so we went off towards Lincoln to look for Tony's bypass. I'm pleased to say that we kind of gave up on that plan relatively quickly. And here is us trying to get back towards the A57 via Doddington, I think. At this point we were getting a bit hungry. And so the rule is like keep your eyes up and look for something to eat.
Lincoln? Oh, straight. Oh, okay, I thought you were going to Lincoln. Alright, carry on then.
Yeah, that's how me and Tony communicate when we pull up somewhere. It's like, are we going this way? No, we're going that way. Okay, let's do it. Another example of someone pulling out in front of us. And of course, if you see a bridge, you've got to go over a bridge. I think this might have been before Doddington, actually thinking about it. Probably heading towards Bardney at this point. And there's like a water walkway down the side of this, which is like a canal. And this is us heading towards Doddington, where we go through all these lovely trees and we get into Doddington. There's a farm shop there with a cafe, which we did stop at because we were starving. But it was 3 in the afternoon and they'd stopped doing food, so we didn't have much luck with that. So we decided to kind of carry on back and instead went back towards the A57. And I love this time of year, you know, when the rapeseed out and the country's nice. This is at Dunford Bridge, where for some reason, best known to myself, I didn't follow Tony. I think, oh, I've got the other link because he's going in one, I'll go in the other. And then he's straight through and I'm sat behind these cars. Yeah, why did I do that? I have absolutely no idea. So Tony at this point must be going, where's he gone? He was right behind me. He's disappeared. But the good thing about Dunford Bridge is, unlike some bridges where you have to stop and they start fumbling your pockets for change, I think the MAG made sure that you could go over this one for free. Gives me the thumbs up, light stays on green. Off we go, and now I can go and look for Tony. And I knew just after Dunford Bridge there's a pub on the right hand side called the White Swan, and I was hoping Tony would stop there for dinner, and we'll see whether or not he actually does in a second, once I go and pick him up. In a minute you'd see another thing which me and Tony normally do. It's a game I call, which is I beep at Tony to tell me his indicator's on, and he looks in the mirrors and tries to work out why I'm beeping at him. He's still got the indicator on here. And as we come around the corner, I'm going like, I hope he stops. I hope he stops. Oh, I'm so hungry. Really, really hungry. And sure enough, spots the pub. White Swan indicates right. And this place, if you're out on a Sunday, does do food all day. It's about 4 o'clock at this point. And you can see my, I hope they're still serving, I hope they're still serving, and I can confirm they absolutely were still serving, and it was well worth it. 12 quid for a massive roast beef dinner, all the trimmings, Yorkshire pudding, roast potatoes, carrots, we got extra gravy, mustard, and all washed down with a nice pint of Coke in this case, because at one time we probably would have had a beer. But these days we're getting a bit old in the tooth, so drinking a beer after being out on the day all day, I don't want to fall asleep coming back. It's just kind of not worth it. Well, from here, A57 bike, what we normally do is, if you go this way normally to come back to Sheffield, it takes you onto the A1 for a bit, and I don't want to be on the A1. It's noisy, it's busy, people don't really pay attention to bikes so much, and so what we tried to do was find a back route, which we did, and instead we went up the back road and head towards Retford. That's nice because it brings you out, it cuts off the A1 section, you end up going past the prison, and that takes you back round Worksop, and then once you get there you can get onto the A60 again, and this will basically take you back again towards Chesterfield. And to my surprise, Tony kind of come this way. I didn't know if he would, but I like to come this way because it takes you past another farm shop called Allen, well worth a visit. And this is the A619 now, I think. And there's the A619 Cafe. But this is just an example of how you can drive around your local area for years and years and years and not know some of the great little back roads which are there to be found. He took us on a tie enough towards Harthill, and I've never been on this road ever. It's not very wide, and it's one of those roads I like where you go, you can tell it's not being used much because there's like either dirt or grass in the centre of it. And you know, this is the kind of thing that the Himalayan and the Meteor, they're good plugging around and exploring bikes. You know, if you were to come down here on an R1 at 200 mile an hour, that's probably going to get you killed. But here we are, nice 40s and 30s, trying to have a look to see in the distance, you know, making sure there's nothing coming the other way. And get out and explore. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying, and that's what I think these bikes, the Royal Enfields, are kind of great at. Get away from the noise and the traffic and just go and find some interesting little bike roads and have an explore. And you don't have to go far from home. There's plenty of stuff nearby. Just go and have a look. And occasionally you'll come across them at random, like we did around one of these bends where it looked like somebody had squashed a caravan and just left it there for dead, which was like, what happened here? In fact, this is on the left hand side. That's definitely been a caravan at some point, and just there, paddle flat. So yeah. Anyway, we're coming to the end, so I'll start to sign off. We've got a couple of videos coming up which are slightly different and out of the ordinary. I'm going around Scotland with my mate Bob in a car, and I don't normally drive. I'm still actually trying to pass my driving test, so that'll be a bit of a change. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and might do a bit of off-roading, I think, next time once we get back from Scotland. I think that's the way. Speak to you soon.